It's like, if you didn't see 111, 11, 11, now you will forever for the rest of your life. So I want to get us a little started here. I'm going to change the music to some sound in a moment. So you guys, I want to share something with you. So while you're laying there, just go ahead and lay down. Relax yourselves. 111 for Asha. Go ahead and relax yourselves. I'd like you guys to put something behind the back of your head. But remember that our goal is, even if we do put something behind the back of our head, Denzel, that our shoulder blades are relaxed on the ground. Now listen, my YouTube group, Jennifer and I are going to get together and we're trying to figure out one day a week that we can all get you, all of you, you don't have to pay extra just to go onto WebEx. Oh my God, the fly is here. You guys, there has been a fly in this room for a week. Every time I come in, it starts flying around. And I know who it is, but anyway, let's move on. So my goal is to do a once a week dance with you where we can move our bodies, let loose in ways that, you know, you don't get to do when you're just kind of stretching. But another thing I want to tell you guys is in the last couple weeks, the world that you're living in, and a lot of you have actually written me this, it seems that there's been a lot of weird dreams, weird vivid dreams, weird visitations. I can't tell you how many people come to me right now and say, I think I need to get back to God. Like literally the industry I work in, I wish you guys could be a fly on the wall. It's if you think like this awakening is affecting you, it is. But you should see that it's also affecting the people that we think have no problems. You know, the ones that have a lot of money, power, they don't think like you and I. I was just telling Ulf, one of my clients, who's basically had a girl work for her for like 25 years. She doesn't know her name. She's called the girl. And if you ask her, well, what's her name? She's like, I don't know, the girl that works for me. And that type of behavior is coming to an end. So all the people that they've been rude to, all the people that they took advantage of, in the world, you know, you've been living in, it's been so imbalanced. And I'm seeing so much balance going back into place right now in my visions every day. But Lucifer, who runs this earth, does not like that. So right now, I can tell you myself in my career, and Ulf knows this, every day he's sitting right here saying to me, are you sure you don't want this job? I can get you this one. I can get you hooked up with this person. Like people I've dreamed of meeting in my life, literally in the last couple weeks, are asking me for sessions. It's like weird. So then that little excited girl, you know, yes, that's how we get sucked back in to the 3D, 4D world. So while you're laying here today, I want you to know that you are in a spiritual battle, but the spiritual battle that you're in is within you. And then if you can beat the spiritual battle that's within you, you will beat the spiritual battle that's happening externally, because it's all about internally. Then you won't have to worry about chemical war, third world. I mean, are you kidding me? People who still think World War III, like, dude, we're in a different paradigm. World War III is happening in your face. Like, duh. It's like people ask me, do you think we're going to have World War III? This is World War III. Could it be any more? Do you see what's going on in the world? People, do you understand what's happening? When in the world did you and I, when we were like 10 and 11, ever wonder that we're going to be in a country, you know, where there's 4-year-olds getting murdered by a government? Like, there's no more respect for anything. You know, and if you stand for those people, shame on you. You know, don't stand for any government that kills people. Never, ever should you stand for that. So I think right now you're being tested. And I feel like the next 6 months of your life, you're going to be tested in big ways. Doesn't mean that you guys have to be tested the same way I get tested. Every one of us have certain things in our lives that we have to test. Does anybody know on the new phones how to put their phone on? You know, oh, you messed up my phone. Yeah, because I can't put it on silent. Yeah, you did. You made that one, my camera, that's my silent thing. No, it won't work. Sorry, I'm gonna try to put my phone away. It dings. Anyway, so right now, while we're laying here, I want you to let go. Let go of every single muscle in your body while you're laying there. Surrender. You're just surrendering. I want your arms open, wide, legs out. And I want you to see if you can take a moment, don't move. Do you see the fly over you all? Dear fly, I don't want to hurt you. Can you please give me space? I love you, just give me space. Allow everything to just go. Do you know that sometimes we think we've let everything go, and then you do a little body double check. Start from the crown chakra, from the top of your head. And I want you to think about yourself right now, just doing a check-in with your body. Starting from the crown of the head, you're like an x-ray machine, and you're gonna go down, but don't miss anything. Start from your temple, to your ears, to your chin, to your jaw. Release. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take deep breaths into every single part, starting from the eyebrows to the temples. Every time you breathe in and out, put your mind to the area you're relaxing and give it a good 3 breaths. Hi, Todd Hessler. Going down gently. Imagine if you didn't have anybody telling you this, but you got up in the morning and you just felt uncomfortable. So you were like, wait a minute, I gotta do a body check. And I think a lot of you right now, I can feel certain places and I feel like I wanna shrug my shoulders. I feel like I wanna tighten the back of my head. Let's let all that go. Welcome Diane in here, guys. Today's her first time here. I was able to finally get her here on time with us. And as you're going down, 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 I want you to imagine every muscle in your body is connected to one single line. And the line of the muscles that we're connected to, we're gonna just let it all go. And what I'm gonna ask you to do now is bring your palms together over your heart. So over my heart doesn't mean over my eyes or my face, over my heart. And I want you to spread your fingers nice and wide. Let every finger touch. And I want you to very gently just place your hands together. And then I want you to think of a nice deep inhale. On your exhale, I want you to let your shoulder blades first melt, melt, melt. As soon as I'm on the outside of my shoulder blades, Then I can feel the inside of my arms, the inside of my chest. I'm gonna open my hands, close the hands, inhale, open. Breathe out, bring the palms together. Right now, you are on your mat, your eyes are closed. Push the palms together on the inhale. You'll feel the inner arms, the chest. On our exhale, we're spreading the shoulder blades. Now you'll notice that when you go to open and close your arm, if you really focus on pushing your shoulder blades into the ground and literally feeling like you're trying to hug it, you'll feel such a great opening on the front. And then when I go back together, I'm pushing my shoulders together. Now this time, when you come back and forth, don't let the palms touch anymore. We're gonna create a little space of energy right there. So your arms are just shoulder distance apart. And I want you to feel like you're smushing a little ball, but there's nothing there. I want you to hold that ball, smush that ball, and start to take the arms over your head, slow it down. Again, we're working on our shoulder blades. Melt the shoulder blades down. Don't lift your rib cage. Let the arms gently go back, opening the armpits. As soon as my hands touch, some of you won't, bring it back across the chest, open. Everything is with breath. So I will stop here. Breathe in on the pause. So the exhale is the movement. The pause is the breath in. Now, while you're doing this, I want you to remember, keep going. There's space right now between your lower back, the tailbone, and your navel. So your root, which will say your tailbone, your navel, in front, bottom, top. Let's just imagine your navel, a big circle around it. Every time you are lengthening your arms on that breath out, remember, we're moving on the breath out. We're holding on the breath in. So every time I breathe out and I move the arms, I'm also going to pull in my navel. So my navel and my root, every time I breathe out, my breath goes into the earth. So the breath is inhale. As I breathe out, my navel is pulling me into the earth. My arms open out. When they relax, I breathe in. My navel sucks into the ground. My arms come together. I breathe in. Pull that navel into the earth. Don't let the rib cage go when your arms are going over your head. The rib cage is still. When I bring my arms in, suck the navel all the way in. Now, some of you are going to be able to bring your chin up on the breath out. Don't do it because we've been practicing strengthening our neck. Let's do a few more of these. Remember, your navel sucks you in, and you're just trying to avoid the rib cage right now. I want to welcome all of you in here while you're doing this beautiful breath. Sinette, welcome. Welcome, Maria. Lisa, Giselle, Tiffany, Linalia, or Linala, I'm sorry if I say their names wrong, Ardenzo and Rachel, Sophia, Lisa, Yuna, Green Eyes, Todd Hessler, Diane is here, Melissa, Julia, welcome. Welcome Asha, Jennifer, Rachel, and of course my love Maria. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Should we welcome Ulf? Welcome Ulf. And whenever you're ready, guys, go ahead and just let your arms be out for a moment again. I want you to open and close your hands, but I also want you to point and flex your feet. So let's do one at a time. Let's close the hands, open the hands, point the toes, flex the feet. Open, close. I do kind of everything together, but sometimes it takes a lot of thought to do these things. I've been teaching dance for 25 years, so my body automatically does things without me even thinking about it. And that's where I'm going to take you. Every single body part matters. So when you're flexing and you're pointing, that is the base of your problems, your feet. Most of your feet most likely has plopped open. And it's probably hard for you to keep your feet square. Don't force it today, but the goal is your feet are connected to your hips, to your whole body basically. But the reason your feet open out, maybe one of them more than the other, is because when you walk, you don't walk correctly, so you've damaged it over 20 years, 10 years, 5 years. So I want every one of you to slide your feet in now. Now, when I slide my feet in, I don't want to bring it too close because I want to feel my tailbone on the ground. But I want you to find your toe, the outside feet, all on the floor. You'll notice that most of you can't really find the inner arch. Mostly you'll feel the outer. So I want you to find your inner by really just wiggling around your feet, trying to align your big toe with your inner arch. You're trying to find your inner thighs and your legs connected to your feet. Again, don't have your legs too close to you, just enough where you can feel your tailbone. Now, what I want you to do is take your hands and place it right where the crease of your hips are. So that's where you have the bones on your hip, and the crease is where we walk, we sit, the crease. You put your hands right there. I want you to very gently start to open your inner thighs. Now you'll notice some of your inner thighs are connected to your hip bone. So I want you to find that area. So your tailbone needs to be flat. Remember how we move the arms? We move the arms through the shoulder blades and chest. We move the legs through our lower back, navel, and thighs. Outer, inner, stomach. Take a deep inhale. While you're holding it, gather your thighs, gather your navel. So when you open the inner thighs, you feel like an elevator door is opening, but your navel is going into the floor. This is gonna be a little confusing. Stop for a second. Anytime I open and I close my inner thighs, it only happens through the navel going in. So if I close, my stomach goes in. If I open, my stomach goes in. So let's do the breath in on the pause. While you're holding your breath, gather where you pee from, suck it in, breathe out of your mouth, and close the elevator door slowly. Once your feet touch the floor, all four corners, inhale. As you're holding your breath a little bit, suck the navel into the ground. You have to lift your gift slightly, and then you open through the thighs. Pause on the inhale. And an elevator door doesn't open and close fast. It goes slow. So when I suck my thighs together, I'm doing it as if I was doing a sit-up. Sucking in my navel into the earth. Every time I open, every time I close, I am doing it through the center of my navel. Survivors here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We have 33 people here, and it's 11:33 in about 1 second. And if it starts to irritate your hip, that means you're using your hip, which means you need to slide your feet a little more forward. Oh, I'm glad you said that, Lisa. Lisa, please don't worry about it evenly opening. So what I want Lisa to do, she had a knee replacement. So what I want Lisa to do is listen to her body. You can only just even out if you opened up a 1/4 of an inch. Believe it or not, right now, what you're working is your navel and your stomach. Even though you're opening and closing your inner thighs, believe it or not, you're actually working your chakra system. That is your navel. You're pumping. Your body is learning that you don't open and close your thighs from your knees or your hips. Everything in our body moves from our stomach. I'm glad you said that, Lisa. Lisa, you will notice something. You will start to see that I'm a knee specialist, so I have dancers literally flying in the sky after knee replacement. So you'll notice that your range of motion will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. This is probably something physical therapy won't want you to know, because they would want you to do physical therapy your whole life. That's why I left the physical therapy world and teach people how to take care of themselves. So this is really good for Lisa being here. Let's do a couple more of these. And remember that my classes are here to teach you things that you can do if you decided to go to a yoga class one day. You'll be like, wait a minute, the yoga teacher is doing it this way, but Mama Neda taught me the right way. I'm like a mechanic to the body. And yoga teachers, Pilates teachers, they get certified, in 6-7 weeks. I have a master's in physiology. I know the back, the spine, the knee, the bones. I can tell doctors literally what to do with their bodies. I always tell doctors, you know the outside, I know the inside. So just remember that you are your doctor. Go ahead and bring the feet back in, my beautiful babies. And what I want you to do now is watch me do it first for 1 moment. So I'm going to find the inside of my feet. Okay? So I'm not going to lift my leg up like this. Because if you put your hands on your hip bones, you'll see that these guys are used too much. When these are used too much, it goes into your back. It's your psoas, which happens. This happens because of your psoas. So imagine this. If I want to pick up my leg, and instead of picking up my leg from my hips, why don't I pick up my leg from my opposite foot on the ground and doing the same thing I was doing when I was opening and closing, right? Pushing my stomach into the earth. So let's all find our feet on the floor. The inner arch is extremely important. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, let's push down on our right foot slowly. Look at my knees. I'm keeping them leveled. I'm going to point and flex. Now, my foot that's on the ground, I'm gonna put a little ball behind my knee. So I'm gonna tighten my muscle. And then I'm gonna place the foot back to the floor from the heel all the way down to the toe. I'm gonna feel it. And now I'm gonna push down on my foot to extend the other one. So it feels like all your weight goes into your feet, but you're also trying to put a little squishy ball behind the back of your knee, because I'm trying to teach you guys the push and pull. So I push and I pull in. It's like you're dragging your foot on the ground. So take a deep inhale first. And exhale, hug the heel, pull, extend the quads, flex, put it down. Again, we inhale first, and we exhale. Now, if you notice, Ulf has a ring, or you can have a band, and I want most of you to just keep it knee level today, but if you've been working with me, you'll be able to gently come here. Now again, don't use your hip. You come up. You can hold the leg if you wanted, flex. But do you notice when I bring my leg down, it's knee level. I am not using my hips. I'm pushing down on my opposite leg. If I want to bring that foot closer to me, I still do not use my hips. So today I just want you to practice pushing, lengthening, flexing. So you're using your opposite foot on the ground. So right now, if I extend my right one, for 4 counts, I'm pushing on my left one. I'm pushing down. I'm hugging the back of the knee so that I can ground one leg to extend the other. Let's get some flow. Let's get some chi-chi boo-boo. Let's get some chi-chi poo-poo. Chi-chi. Take your feet out of people's faces. Salam, Maria Khanum. Hal shoma. You guys. Every day I wake up to Maria's voice text messages. Maybe I'll play you guys a few. So my friend Maria is learning Farsi, and she's not only learning Farsi, but she's learning how to speak very intelligently. She uses words that sometimes I'm like, wait, what does that mean again? So you guys, don't be surprised. Thank you for the hearts, beautiful people. Don't be surprised if one day I start talking Farsi and Maria answers me. She's learning my language. Nice job, guys. Let's do a couple more. I love Fawn, you guys. She has to work, but she tries to make this a priority in her life now, where in the past, you know, maybe she would be like, no, I got to get this done. But she's like, wait, maybe I can get a 5-minute stretch in. I know what you're exactly, and I'm so proud of you, Fawn. Fawn just turned either 55 or 57. I can't remember. She looks like she's 35. But it's amazing, guys. Our bodies will not age. If you notice, the people that are the healthiest bodies are old people who have been moving their whole life. Not an old yoga person. It depends on what kind of yoga. Not American yoga, but if you go to India yoga, yes. America yoga is not the same. But you'll notice that anybody that moves and doesn't stop moving, like Dick Van Dyke, who I trained for like 20 years, that guy is insane. Just speechless, and his energy is so young. Well, when he drives a car, be careful, but when he's on his feet, he's pretty amazing. But when he drives the car, every corner of his car, every stop sign, every pole, every light is gone. You just don't want him to drive into your driveway. It's the only thing you don't want. But he can dance up your driveway. As soon as I talked about Dick Van Dyke Wolf, the fly jumped on me. I think the fly is actually thriving, Ulf. I think the fly has found where Ulf hides all his food. Ulf has a secret fridge in here somewhere, guys. Whenever you're ready, my angels, go ahead and extend your legs all the way back down. I want you to take your arms back over your chest. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our arms all the way over our head. We're gonna point, 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 inhale. And on our exhale, we're gonna flex our feet, suck the navel in, push our shoulder blades into the earth. Some of you are gonna come all the way here. Most of you are just gonna keep your head down. Inhale, point, lengthen. Exhale. Keep that beautiful breath going. Keep going up over your head on the breath in. Hello, my sweet Annabelle. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to take my mic to pee. Did you notice the fly followed me out of here? And now I was able to shut the door on it. I shut the door on him. He came with me to pee-pee, and then I shut the door on him. Sorry. I have to shut the door on spirits all the time, you guys. It's mean, but you know, leave me alone. And whenever you're ready, my babies, I want every single one of you right now to gently churn over to the right side of your body, and you're gonna curl up like a little baby. Oh, baby, this feels good. This feels good. Let's just lay there for about a good couple breaths. It's gonna feel good on your back, your shoulders. Is this recorded? Does anybody know I'm here? Diane is in here asking if it was, yes, Diane, this is pre-recorded. Diane. We all knew Diane would come today, you guys. Don't gossip about Diane, okay? Shh. I love her. Oh, is that how you sleep, Sanette? Sanette, me too. And Sanette, what side do you sleep on? Because that's kind of the thing. We kind of sleep more on one side, and you'll notice, I'll show you something in about a moment. Now, what I want everyone to do is take their top arm over their head, over their, like under, you're gonna sleep on your right arm. So that means your palms are touching. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my right leg and I'm gonna extend it. So I'm literally sleeping with my left leg over, my right armpit open. You can just rest your elbow in front of you, just for a moment. Oh, the fly is back. And now it's staring right at me. Now what we're gonna do is, if you notice, I have my left leg over, but I wanna bring it a little lower, not so high, a little lower, so I feel the outer thigh. So my left arm is right here, free to be here. I'm gonna take my left arm. Now my right hand is gonna turn its open, close through the wrist. I'm gonna take my left hand to meet the right. Now, what do I wanna feel? I wanna feel my rib cage opening. I wanna feel my hip opening. A lot of you are gonna feel your neck. And then I wanna take this arm back down slowly. Once I bring it down, I wanna turn gently to a twist. So I just take my head off my arm for a moment. How do I twist? Through my waist. My twisting is always through the waist. It's like I'm separating my rib away from my hip. My navel is my pump. So I'm sucking my navel in. I'm gonna come back to the middle again. And then I'm gonna let my inner thighs open, and I'm gonna churn all the way onto my stomach, fold my elbows, and gently turn my gaze. Now you're gonna notice that you're churning your gaze here is not easy. Sometimes it gets stuck. So how do we turn our gaze? We relax our neck and shoulders. If I turn this way, I can feel my neck stuck. I'm always stuck on the left side. So I'm just gonna be here. Oh, if your leg is not out. Look, I went like this. From here, it's like a one-legged pigeon, yeah. You're gonna turn your gaze to the opposite side, and if you can also cup your hands under your chin and chest, your cheek, your temple. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flow with this. I'm gonna gently come back, but how do I come back? Slowly. Now I want you to anchor your right leg. If you tighten that right butt, it's like an anchor. You gently, 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 gently open. And you gently, gently, gently come back. And each time you do this, you can open up your thighs a little bit more. I want you to hold it for a few breaths and then move again. Welcome to moving. Suck your navel, keep going. Hello, underbelly, right arm up, underbelly. Yep, perfect. Hi, Christina. Our next session that we do together, my hope and dream is that we'll be outdoors together and maybe go on a walk. That's the next session I want to do with you guys. Just get out. You'll get out, I'll get out. Let's get out. Walk around a little bit together. Keep moving, okay, my loves? Nice job, everybody. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you that you chose to take care of you today. I had one of my clients who really is all about money say to me, I can't believe you waste all your time on you know, YouTube, or like you waste all your time on people. It's like, oh my God. No, honey, I waste my time with you. This is like quality time with human beings that make this world go round. I'm so happy to find a community of people like you. You know, I've had amazing students my whole life. I've been very lucky with my career. Like if I look back to my career, 25 years of just phenomenal people. I've met thousands of people. I've changed thousands of people's lives. I brought people together. Like if I left one gym after like 5 years, all those people were still friends. I would still go to their parties. I would still go to their events. They would have parties for me, and there was so much love. And then, you know, I ended up in Malibu and working with the dark forces, but that was even still good. I still enjoyed every moment of my career. So I feel like I'm giving back now. You know, I really had a good career. I went to the park this AM where I seen my brother's cardinal survivor. That's beautiful. We're gonna hug trees tomorrow. I was thinking that survivor when you said something about the fly, right? I was thinking about that. I didn't want to say anything to you. But survivor, you do live in my head. Whenever you guys are ready, my angels, I want everybody to turn the other side around into a child's pose, baby pose on the other side. First, keep the arm forward. So when someone tells me not to waste my time with you guys, I just laugh. I've wasted my time on people that were not worthy of my time, but luckily I charged them. Luckily I charged them, but let me tell you guys, I've done so much for people in the world that have so much money, and the people with a lot of money do not like to spend their money at all. They count quarters. Where people like you and I, we don't. You know, we don't. If we go to a grocery store and we, you know, whatever, 50 cents they owe us, we're like, don't worry about it. No, they don't. They're like, I'll wait for my 50 cents. It's a greed, it's a selfish thing. And I'm so proud that you guys are completely the opposite of that. That makes me really happy to know that I've met people that have also been giving and giving and giving. And those are the people that I want to give back to. It's like God knocked on my brain and said, you got to start helping this world. They're falling apart. They need their physical body to be much stronger. So this is what I know best. Whenever you're ready, my loves, I want you to extend your left arm above you, and you're just letting that right leg cross. You're gonna notice a big difference on one side, for sure. Now, I like to really tighten the leg that's on the floor, the extended one. And we're gonna just keep that right arm above us for a moment. Turn the palms through the wrists. And whenever you're ready, let's just lengthen it. Let's do a couple of these. Push down on your body. It feels like a big brick is sitting on my hip. Just let your body do whatever it wants. Once it gets a little bit down, we're gonna let the shoulder blade gently take us through the waist. Turn your gaze. Keep going, my babies. Focus on keeping your eyes shut and focus on the breath now with every move. We're gonna gently, 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 gently let our whole body come through, and we're turning our gaze to the opposite direction. You're resting for a few breaths until you start moving again. Tighten your bottom leg as an anchor. Make sure that your right arm is not too high up so that you're not hurting your shoulder. You're opening your chest and shoulder blade. Listen to everything you do in your body. You might hear some clicks and clacks. Open up that inner thigh into the earth. If something feels good, stay in it. I love you, Sunette. Thank you, Diane. It's almost like your body just kind of flows. Oh, Tiffany, I can't wait to help you one-on-one. Tiffany says she's doing her best. She hasn't been able to walk for 2 years. She lost her equilibrium from COVID. That's Richard went through that. A lot of people I know went through that. Yeah, but his got better. Oh, Tiffany, I can help you with that. Thank God you told me that, because that's definitely something. Well, I'll ask her later. Hi, CQ. Hi, CQ. I start to get a Charlie horse, Sunette. Yes, exactly. And so, Sunette, when you're pushing through your feet, you start to get the Charlie horse. My earring, that's good sign. That's a chi. You're getting a flow. So the reason you're getting those Charlie horses is because you don't have an openness on that hamstring. So I don't want you to just be gentle. Be a little more gentle. I want you guys to think of all your tight muscles as a rubber band, and a rubber band that you would snap if you try to be too quick with it. That's why you breathe. So whenever you're trying to extend the leg, I don't just extend, right? I have to do it slowly. No, I'm not doing these stretches. You are. I don't need it, honey. I'm messing with him. I do need it. We all do. Let me know, Sunette, if it gets better. Again, if you tighten your butt cheek at the bottom when you're moving. Thank you, Sunette. I honestly, Tiffany did find the right place. I'm very excited for all of you, because I haven't even really began what I want to do with all of you. With me, it always takes time, and I just kind of do things, you know how God has his timing? I have mine. Doesn't always match with God's timing. I'm usually a little bit behind him. Be quiet, Ulf. You're better than my physical therapist. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. I feel like you guys, if you think about it, let's to be fair, like teachers in the medical world and just all of the people, all of us that work, we're exhausted. Ulf and I were talking about how many celebrities I know that have been ripped off by people that work for them, where like an assistant would steal like $500,000, or someone else's assistant stole over $1 million. And Ulf and I were saying to each other that we can understand why they steal, because they're so upset because they give and give and give and give to these people, and they're billionaires, and these people, the billionaires, they don't treat you like they're a billionaire, you know. So I was saying, you know, even though I don't agree with it, like I don't think you should, well, this is our whole conversation was this. He said, well, I can understand why that woman stole from my client. There's a lady that stole like a few $100,000 from my client. And because I know this woman so well, and I know how selfish she is to her people that work for her at times, and she's giving at times, but she has a bad attitude. And so she's very like, she didn't earn any of this money herself. Her husband died and she got millions of dollars. And so she doesn't really know how to treat people. And everybody that works for her steals money from her. And I said, well, I don't blame them. But then it made me think, well, hello, someone who works at a bank who's not treated right can't say, well, sorry, Bank of America, I'm going to take some extra cash out of your drawer today because you owe me. You can't do that. So yes, I get that it's unfair, but also let God handle your deeds. I've been ripped off by so many people, but I haven't even exposed them yet. I have one that owes me 3 years of money. And just like Ramos, you know, the girl, J-Lo's girl, how they're shaming her that she waited 20 years. No one understands. You can't say anything, you know? Oh, I'm sorry, Tiffany. No, progress, Tiffany, is when you feel good. So anyway, if you're feeling injustice, don't try to get justice for yourself, because that's karma. And the money that you try to take from someone, it's going to be gone. Easy come, easy go. Whenever you're ready, guys, we're going to go back to the center, and I want everyone to hug their knees into their chest. And whenever you feel ready, you can come up and sit with us. Oh, Lisa, yes. Thank you for saying that, Lisa. Take your time, don't rush. Yesterday, Jenny had a great chi opening from her hip. That was a good, see, I can see it, Jenny. I could see the difference. How you came up right now, how it's not hooked up to that side anymore. It used to be hooked. And whenever you guys are ready, come on up. Let's cross one leg on top of the other if it feels okay. Why does he look like he's always just woke up? And what was that dance he was doing on TikTok yesterday? What are you like? That's all you know how to do is thrust? How embarrassing for men. I'm sorry to all the men out there. Like, learn how to dance. He was thrusting the whole time. Sebastian walked by the room a few times and looked over at me and went, "That's your dad, not mine."